This video is for trustees managing other people's trusts. So if that's not you, go ahead and swipe. Being a trustee, you have to know three kind of core things. Number one is that being a trustee is a thankless job, okay? Most people don't say thank you. Most people don't even acknowledge that you're doing a good job or a bad job. They just want their stuff. And so if you're expecting a thank you as a trustee, if you're serving as trustee of your mother's or your parents' trust, and maybe they're still living and around, they certainly will say thank you. But for a sibling or family members, no, they're probably not going to say thank you. So just understand that. Number two, trustees have a lot of responsibilities. Trustees have to do first of all, what the trust says. So if the trust says you have to do X, then you have to do X. And the trust says you have to do Y, then you have to do Y. If the trust says you must value the property, then you have to value the property. The trust says you have to divide things, then you have to divide things. Next thing you have to do is that you as a trustee, you have to satisfy all the rules that the government gives. So there's a bunch of different laws that affect trustees, especially after someone dies. And there are laws regarding notifying people at the county level. There are laws about notifying people at the state level. There are laws about notifying people at the federal level. There are laws about notifying people that are named in the will or are named in the trust or family members. And so you have to satisfy all those rules. You might say, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. And the answer is I totally get it. I understand that. But just like if you're driving in a new area and the speed limit isn't necessarily posted that well, but you can still get a ticket for driving too fast, same thing as a trustee. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. And so you're supposed to follow the law. You're supposed to do what the law tells you to do. As a trustee, you are required to operate at a very high level of expertise. And so lawyers like me, we use something called practice guides. So every single county in California has a law library that you can go to, and you can go and you can look up what the requirements are. And so I'm in Santa Clara County. Santa Clara County has a pretty good law library. You can go and you can look it up. You can also call an office like mine, but that's neither here nor there. Final thing that the trustees need to know is that the beneficiaries just want their stuff. So beneficiaries generally want to know three things. How much am I getting? When am I getting it? And why didn't you give it to me yet? And if the beneficiaries are having a lot of pressure on you, or if the beneficiaries are really asking for things and you haven't had a chance to really do the things that you have to do, then there's always this interplay. There's this pressure from the beneficiaries, I want my things, but there's also pressure from the other side, from the law, that you have to do these things. Now, our office helps a lot of trustees. About a quarter of our work is representing trustees after someone either passes away or loses capacity, and so we can definitely help. But I would certainly recommend that if you're acting as a trustee, that you understand your role, your duty, and when you should do them. All right, my best of luck. Go ahead and like and subscribe.